Brother Ali, them was there. Everybody was there. So somebody in the school was saying some things about me. And I talked to my nephew. I said, if they said that in Oakland, what would happen to him? He's from Oakland. So he said, boy, they couldn't get away with that in Oakland. That's a setup. That's a setup. What would happen if they said that in Oakland? So now I'm heading them along the road. You got to remember. So therefore, when they start acting stupid in Oakland, right? I didn't send them there. Now you got to realize, see, okay, once you start getting old, you get slicker than them. Everybody come from the university. Everybody, they can only do what they taught in the snitching school or whatever they go to. They don't know nothing else. That's all they know, and you know what they know. So now you're going to send them on all, I'm not going to go into the details, but off they go. That's why in 2013, Mukhtar stands up in Oakland after I'm giving the khutbah, and I saw 10 guys walk in. All of them is ones that had left. They had left, and so they all walking in the Juma. So I'm going to give a nice sweet Juma. So it ain't going to be no. Soon as I finish, I'm out serving the food like I do right in the hallway in Oakland. Mukhtar stands up and said, Imam Musa, you're not kind to us anymore. Now, I didn't put everybody else in Oakland, the management team, had to manage their own money and everything. This Mukhtar, he's considered not very bright. So from here, I put $35, $40, $50,000 over a period of years in that account. If that's 2013, he's been out there managing 5 years. Say, Abdul Malik stepped down in 2008. So the other guys, remember there's 10 of them to walk in. They all standing up. Imam Musa, you said so-and-so was your friend, but you said da-da-da-da-da. I said, just hold on a minute. But they headed for the door. They there to disrupt. They saying what they saying, and then they head. I said, hold it. Take your time. Come on back. But they're not doing that. So their whole thing is to just mess the whole show up. At the same time, that's 2013. In April, if that's April 19th, the 23rd is when they said my grandson was killed. Of April. Remember I showed the phone stuff, all that? Okay. That's all around that period of time. As soon as I got back here, the night I got back, that's when they said he was killed. The newspaper said he was killed at 6. They found the body at 6:15 a.m. But they called me 7 hours before. They called me at our time at 2, let's say 2 o'clock. Then I called, he just got killed, da-da-da-da-da. So they called down, first upstairs, they called by here. She called downstairs. All that's on the phone thing. And then they say, you better check on your grandson. Okay. So what happened was, it's very clear that if they called me at 2 o'clock this time, that means it's 11 o'clock that time, at night. Are they going to call me 11 o'clock at night? They didn't find the body till 6 o'clock the next morning. And all of it is lined up. You remember where I had it? I had it all lined up. So all the dates, everything fit. Okay. So To this day, I don't believe my grandson is dead. In fact, I told my son, and he said, well, Dad, you know, you've been knowing all this stuff. I said, no, I don't think he's dead. He was trying to convince me because they done addicted him to heroin. They didn't have to work hard. They didn't have to work hard. All they do is have one of them little ugly girls saying, oh, you smart. Oh, you like this right here. And he out on the roll. Now, both of my sons is hooked. But when I get the money from Oakland, I'm going to give them a nice piece of it. Why? Because they helped establish the Masjid. They traveled all over the country. And they didn't sign up for what I'm doing. They didn't sign up for what I'm doing. And I told them in '86, I said, the government is using the same thing on you as they use on the Soviet Union. In other words, kids. Just kids. How's a kid? I said, the only way you're going to get through this is you do exactly like I do. Here I am, discipline, self-control, focus, all of that. How are they going to do that? And they just kids. One is 12 and the other one is 15. No, one is 16 by then, and the other one is about 19. They can't do it. Plus, they in Oakland, and they not thinking, they not even thinking. My son told me, he said, Dad, he said, you got a lonely job, man. I wouldn't. I said, no, this is fine. I like doing what I'm doing. I was trying to tell them, I like doing what I'm doing. But they looking at it, they said, man, everybody here is a snitch, everybody cutting your throat, everybody. I said, that's part of the job. It's nothing. They're not going to look at it like that. But anyway, let me continue. So, where are we? Yeah. So in the early years, Abdul Malik used to use the tactic of reversal. That means reverse whatever you do, he's going to reverse it and use it on you. So use his own tactics against himself. So that's the way he thought. So that was part of the treatment. Now, what we're dealing with during all this period is what we call self-definition. What is self-definition? So we just let them go early and do their attack after attack, and we give them a target. Now I want you to think about it. All the stuff that they did in Oakland, remember we're here telling everybody, Oakland is this, Oakland is that, and we used to say, yeah, Oakland is a clearinghouse. That's what we used to say. Clearinghouse means that if the FBI, the CIA, the NSA, all of them got people infiltrated your organization, they have to have one person or one place that clears everything. Because if they don't, the FBI agents might be stepping on the foot of the CIA agent. You know what I mean? Because it's not coordinated. And they don't know which, are you an agent? You know what I mean? So they have a clearinghouse. They have one place that coordinates all of this. At that time, it was in Oakland. And Abdul Malik was the one that was there. All right. So he was managing the whole show. Okay. So all I have to do is know how he thinks and what his approach is and what they think about me. Okay. So the early attack, now remember, we're going to give them an agenda, and we're used to 50 years of being a government target. So we used to this. It ain't nothing new to us. We've been doing this all along. 50 years. The target, actually call it 52 years. 68 to 69. Okay. So we give them an agenda. What do they think about us? Brother Mukhtar's first approach with us, that's why I had you send all the stuff that you could see he's trying to provoke. The whole thing is provoke. Make him mad, make him do something. Right? Yeah, of course. That's just clear. That just make, okay. That means, yeah. Here's a guy that's almost a sissy talking to you, and they thinking this nigga was a big gangster. He's going to, and they knew that in the early years, in the early 80s, when people come in acting like that, I would take, them little barbells that have it's about a foot long that you put dumbbells on, you put weights on it. It's got a little lock here and a little lock on that end. I used to strip them down, and that bar that's about this long, hey, you come in talking crazy, because I was younger. And I'd go to town on them, because they come in and say, oh, he paranoid. I say, yeah. So I stripped it down. Bam! Bam! Stop hitting me. I say, you paranoid. You think I'm hitting you? What's wrong with you? You paranoid. So they didn't, okay, but now I'm older, I'm more mature. And I got 10 times more game than I did in that time. So I know everything that you would see them do, they're trying to provoke. And they got provoked just like down in New York, the little thing goes across, it says Happy New Year. No, that's what it looks like they had. Provoke, COINTEL program. Destabilize, do this. And they would do everything exactly as the COINTEL program states it. Right? So I know exactly what they're doing. It's supposed to make me mad. It makes me happy. Right? Okay. No, okay. Now, about first, if I say, I ain't been broke in 50 years. The next thing they do is take my money and give it to them out of account. I know they can't do it. I'll get $100 million when I go through court. It don't make no difference. Why? Why would Khadijah call and say, yeah, I bet you broke now? They took $100,000 out of our account here, not no Oakland account, out of here. This is our money. We didn't went out there and paid $50,000 fine for the taxes out there, or $25,000, $30,000 fine for debris all on our property out there, right? So, and we helping them all the time, But remember, they don't care what you do. All they want you to do is make a mistake. So, first of all, let's take his money. Then they're going to see they got you 24/7, so they want to find, what is he going to do? Where is he going to go? Who's he going to contact? See, I ain't told them none of that. I don't contact nobody. I don't go see nobody. They didn't took my money. They ain't got nowhere to go. Right? You saw what that beating upside the head stuff? Who's he going to contact? Where's he going to go? Right? But remember, you didn't set them up. They're not setting you up. That's why I'm telling my son, and the thing with blood streaming down, you never let nobody pick the fight for you and pick the place and time. You don't do that. You pick your own place. You pick your own time, right? And you can probably see from any of those things that I have to talk people down. I have to shout them down. Stand down. Stay out of my business. I got this covered. And they looking at you. I wasn't looking at myself. And they looking at me like blood streaming all out of, ropes up and tied side of your head. And I'm their father. They don't care. They want to do something. And it's a team there. They already brought the team. I don't know if you saw them. But it's other young Negroes there. They ready to move right then. Because that's what they do. They ready to move. You see what I mean? They ready to move right then. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't let nobody move you around. All right. All right. Thank you very much. All right. Now, let me finish here. So we give them an agenda. They're not giving us an agenda. Provoke, provoke. We are not and have not allowed them to spook us, to make us go over here. They attacked my son, when he just got out of the hospital. You know what I mean? Okay? They raid the masjid. And that's wonderful. Can you imagine that we